fight of this group. You know, we couldn't be more proud. We asked them to compete, and they did that. You know, the players, the staff, just incredible. You know, I mean, I lean on Coach John a lot, and you know, today, you know, it's no different. Just an absolute team win. You know, the energy, whether you played 90 minutes or you played no minutes, it was just folks. You know, it was just a team, and this is a huge win for our program, for our organization. We're going to celebrate, we're going to enjoy it, and then we're going to get back to work because it's just, you know, it's the next game. This is why it was the most important, because it's the next game up. And now we'll prepare for a very good Jacksonville team. So that'll be the next most important game. And that's kind of our message all season. It's been progress is winning. What do we learn from UCF, then what do we learn from Coastal, and then what do we learn from this game here? So it's a continued learning as we go, but you know, incredibly proud and grateful. Huge shout out to the fans. I think someone said record attendance, so hopefully they enjoyed it. Hopefully we continue to back this place, but the fans, this is a special place, and we're beyond grateful.
Coach, what did it mean to the players, just the staff, to just see the attendance, the fans come out and just be loud on the game?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this was, you know, you think back to the standard of what, you know, Florida soccer was. So, you know, just to see the joy and the love and the fans and just how much it means, and also to the players. You know, they're putting in a ton of work. They're continuing to be intentional every day. They're pushing their bodies, they're pushing their minds, their spirits, and you know, just really happy for them. And like I said, happy for the organization, happy for the University of Florida. You know, we'll enjoy it, and then get back to work.
When it comes against a team that's beaten you guys, I think every year since 2015,
thanks,
in a rival. You weren't the guy. Come on, man. Hey, you're 1-0. But yeah, does that like add to the significance?
Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you know, we understand it's a mistake. You know, obviously against the reigning champs, incredibly well-coached team, incredible players. So I think it was more just about us, you know, the belief that what we're doing is right and continue to stay the course. You know, I say it all the time, right? There's a lot of noise that goes out there. It's on us to turn down the volume, turn it up. What do we want to use? What don't we want to use? And again, just the credit to the staff. I mean, we got done at 11:30 against Coastal, and you know, our support staff, Aiden Jones, you know, Noah, the guys behind the scenes are staying. You know, Victor Hoffman, they're staying till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. to get the post match. You know, Coach Gary, Coach David, you know, Coach John, they're staying in. You know, making sure we have everything ready for the next day. So just, I mean, unbelievable effort, unbelievable attitude and commitment from everyone involved, and unbelievable.
You mentioned seeing the way the girls kind of react, or the young women react after winning. What does that kind of mean just as a coach?
Yeah, it's awesome, right? You work so hard. You know, for us, it's always about the performance over the result. Whatever happened today, if we had put in that performance and it had been flipped, we would have went in the locker room the exact same way. How proud we are of the commitment to it. But, you know, we started 4 freshmen today. It's, you know, that's pretty awesome. And, you know, for them to come up in the big moments against this team says a lot about the character of those individuals and also just where we are as a program.
It's a team, but what do you got in the
Yeah, I mean, just keep her in bubble wrap. But yeah, I mean, again, he's a kid that just does everything right. You know, I just said this in my last, I will never get tired of speaking about that. So, you know, the goal that she scores, the work rate, just everything about it. You know, we highlighted her in front of the team, and that's the standard. She is the standard for Florida soccer. When you ask, what does a Florida soccer player look like, you just point to her, because she is absolutely exceptional, and we're glad that she's a part of our program.
What about Jaden? Just in goal, I mean.
Fantastic performance from Jay. You know, we met with the goalkeepers before the first game, and we just said, listen, you know, we're going to continue to evaluate every single day who's in good rhythm, and we're going to continue to keep evaluating. You know, credit to Pete. You know, in Paris, they supported from the sideline, cheering on. They're pushing each other every single day. And then for Jaden to have the performance she had is big time. You know, makes a massive save here. You know, when it's 1-0, you know, stands up big. Those are moments you need to beat, you know, really good teams like Florida State.
You mentioned belief. How in the locker room, heading into Thursday today, did you generate that belief? Because to an outsider, I mean, beating a defending national champion in the third game as a coach, it's certainly a surprise of all surprises. So to have that belief coming in,
thanks. I can see where you were. No, I mean, again, right? We know, if you look at what we did in the spring, the competition that we played playing 2 pro teams, and you know, we challenge the players in terms of like, we know what our identity is, but how do we actualize it? And the biggest challenge we had to them was fighting and competing, because we had that in the spring. That's what our DNA is competing and fighting. And today you saw players leave it all on the line. Bodies in the box, all over the field. People carnage, you know, and I mean, it was just everything you needed. Cramps, people are rolling off the field. I mean, it's, you know, like I said, should be more proud of the group for what they did today.
Coach, FSU started their season 3-0, scoring 9 and conceding 0 goals. How does it feel when against the national champions, 3-1 at home, being dominant both offensively and defensively? How do you feel about the team today?
Yeah, I'm just, again, really proud. You know, we feel really good about us going forward. You know, and again, I think I've said it in the conversations that I've had. Like, the mistakes that we made were fixable. They were pretty loud mistakes, right? And so when you have those loud mistakes, it's, you know, putting an emphasis on what do we need to continue to get better at. You know, we're going to continue to work on, you know, in possession and out of possession in particular. But yeah, just, you know, again, it's a really, really good team. A lot of credit goes to them, but it's one game. You know, now it's, you know, like I said, we'll enjoy this one, and you know, we'll get ready for a great Jacksonville team.
First time Florida won by 2 goals or more against FSU since 2003. How does that feel? Making history in your 3rd game as coach? Do you feel it's a pressure for the next couple games and the rest of the season, or?
I mean, only if you write it that way. No, I mean, listen, we have our own expectations and standards within our program. That's what we focus on. All the outside is the outside. That's why you guys get paid the big bucks. But, you know, ultimately, again, at the end of the day, you know, it's a long season. That's what I said after UCF. It was the first game, right? Just like after Toso's the 2nd game. This is the 3rd game, right? You're a 1/6 of the way down the season. We've got plenty of games left, and we've got a long way to go.
You mentioned the freshman, you know, Hill coming in and, you know, getting some time, choose out someone who's committed under, you know, the old regime, and just what you've seen from her so a few games there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she's kind of like a chameleon, right? I mean, we tried her in a lot of different places, and we knew today, you know, with her athleticism and the way that Florida State wants to play, we knew she was going to have a really big game, and you know, sliding into center back against, you know, some of those incredible athletes says a lot about her, right? I mean, she's got incredible genetics. I saw Grant and her mom in the stands, and it was great to see them. So we're certainly, again, thankful that she's a part of our program.
What about the sequence for the 3rd goal where I believe Borman sprung it loose and then Dinah makes a really patient move at the end? How exciting is it to see a player have that kind of maturity and patience in a critical moment in the game?
Yeah, I mean, you know, she takes the touch, and I felt like everything was in slow motion. And, you know, she takes the touch, and you're like, please get there, please get there, please get there. And then you see it hit it go in the net, and I think at that moment you're like, okay. But yeah, I mean, just, again, it's just fight. It's just fight from the entire group, you know, start to finish. And when he played, like I said, whether he played 0 minutes or he played 90 minutes, that was a total team win. And again, we couldn't be more proud of them. But, you know, like I said, we're going to enjoy it, and then we're going to go back to work.
How important was Hannah's role?
Hannah Jabril today was a stud. You know, Hannah Jabril, you know, we said as the staff is going to have a big game. There's a lot of players that had to have big games, but Hannah in particular, stepping into a new role, she was dang good. Dang good. And, yeah, I mean, she'll be sore, she'll be tired. We'll certainly give her the day tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, again, she's a captain for a reason. She's another example of what it's for us.
And Katie had mentioned the last game when we had spoken to her was that defense was one of the main things that needs to fix. And obviously today, that was obviously fixed. Now, how did that work in training? What was the message to the defense?
Yeah, I mean, we finally got our male practice players because school started, and having the opportunity to have those guys come out makes a massive difference. You know, so we were able to go and create scenarios that we thought we would see, and you know, when you're playing against those guys, you know, it replicates a lot of what we're going to see. So huge thank you to those guys that come out and do everything we ask of them. So again, just all around the entire organization, it was awesome. And a huge shout out to Dr. Bell. Came by today to support, you know, Florida athletics. It was awesome. You know, what an incredible gentleman. What an incredible support. His wife Susan. It was great to meet them, and I'm really happy we were able to bring it home for them.
I wanted to ask, beyond the game plan, beyond just sticking to the structure, you placed a lot of emphasis in the preseason on building chemistry, building relationships among the team. Do you think that helped give you an edge today?
Yeah, I mean, I think you saw some really good moments. You know, I think especially we started the game on the front foot. You know, we had a lot of the ball, which was what we wanted. And then they punched back. I said it at the half, right? That's what national champs do. They're going to punch back. The game started to get stretched, and then we said we're going to have to play. And we're going to have to fight. We're going to have to weather some storms. But incredibly proud of the defensive effort. You know, we talked about different blocks where we wanted to defend and the organization, rotation. So, you know, again, we'll look at the film, but there was a lot of really, really positive things for sure. Good? All right. Go Gators.